What's up, world? Welcome into Tuesday or Taco Tuesday if you do the whole Mexican thing, Steven. And I was having this conversation. I can't remember who I was having the conversation with, and I apologize, but we were talking about playlists. Do you ever make like what you feel is the most awesome playlist? Like you'll spend the good portion of your day putting together this ridiculous playlist that you think you're going to listen to forever. And then after you've worked out with it a couple of times or drove around listening to it a couple of times, you get like 2 to 3 plays out of your awesome, most amazing playlist. And then you rarely listen to it again, right? All been there, done that. I won't even go through the names of my playlist because they're probably pretty embarrassing. But it made me thinking of if I were going to do a 90s alternative rock playlist. I've got a couple of them. But there was a movie, and I believe it was 96, with Mark Wahlberg and Reese Witherspoon, a very young Reese Witherspoon, called Fear. And it had one of the best 90s alternative rock soundtracks from the time. Had a little classic rock in there too, but it was a really cool soundtrack and a really like dark, fun soundtrack. Now, some will argue The Crow is a great alternative 90s rock soundtrack, and they are not wrong. Others will argue Singles is a fantastic rock soundtrack, and they too are not wrong. But I don't recall if this was ever actually released on CD so you could buy it. If I'm wrong, feel free to correct me. Everybody does. But the soundtrack, I went through the movie. I was skimming it the other day and just kind of listening to what songs pop up. They might not be in the right order, but a band called Dink did a song called Green Mind, which is really cool. Bush has 2 tracks on this soundtrack, both of which are on 16 Stone. Machine Head and Come Down make an appearance, and they're fantastic. The Allman Brothers Band, Jessica, is one of the songs on there. Something's Always Wrong by Toad the Wet Sprocket. I, for whatever reason, have been listening to a ton of Toad the Wet Sprocket lately, and it's just a very good 90s band that I feel like doesn't get enough love sometimes. Mark Wahlberg himself does a track on the song Animal. A Prick does a song called Animal, and the Sundays version of Wild Horses was on this soundtrack. And again, the movie's good too. Like, obviously, Marky Mark has come a long way as far as an actor goes, but it's actually a really strong movie. It's a fun movie to watch, and it's a great 90s soundtrack. So next time you're thinking about putting together a cool 90s playlist that you might listen to once or twice, give the Fear soundtrack some